guys, we are back. Time to start. Okay, we left off at chapter 24. I believe this one is a short chapter, so we'll see. Let's get into it. Let's go. Chapter 24. The queen was not pleased to find her wall of fire still in the place where the dragonets were hauled back to their cell. She sighed disapprovingly. So you figured out what mudwings hatched from blood-red eggs can do? She said. I suppose it was only a matter of time. They glanced at the others in confusion as the guards used long shovels to scrape the rocks aside. What did she think he'd done? Tsunami and Starflame looked grim, as if they understood a lot more than he did. Find the 10 most sober guards, Scarlet instructed Vermilion. Post them out. Post them out here. These dragonets are done ruining my party. She glared at the three of them as they were pushed into a cave once more, and the firewall was scraped back into place. It's really very selfish of you, she snapped. My hatching day only comes once a year. I've been planning this for months, so stop being awful or I will take Fern's advice and kill you right now. They waited until she was gone, and the spiny rocks of 10 very grouchy guards, Skyrim guards, filled the passageway. See how much. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah, this is going to be a short chapter. Outside, then, Tsunami pulled Clay and Starflight to the far corner where the wind whistling through the narrow windows would cover their conversation. I don't remember anything about that in the scrolls, she whispered to Starflight. There was one reference to a legend from before the scorching, Starflight whispered, but I didn't think it meant anything. The guards never said there was anything special about a red egg. I don't think they're even all that rare. What are you talking about? Clay asked. You great lummox. I don't know how to say that. By the way, there's 2 years, so yeah. Tsunami said, poking him with one talon. And you're no good, evil girlfriend. Clay said. Peril, Starflight explained. The one who betrayed us to Queen Scar instead of helping us escape. Clay was finally catching up. You think she did that? He said. Why would she do that? Because she wants to keep you here, obviously, Tsunami growled. This is what happens when you're too nice to a psychotic killer dragons. I'm so confused, Clay said. How do red eggs come into it? Don't you remember the prophecy? Starflight asked Clay once. It was the one thing the big dragons had tried to drill into their head and over and over again. But it never seemed to stick in this. Lucifer strew the mud, Starflight quoted, "Fornate the color of dragon blood." He stopped and looked expectantly at Clay. There was a pause. What? Me? Clay said. Tell us about the legend, Tsunami said impatiently to Starflight. It was something about how Mudwings hatch from dragon blood eggs. Can walk through fire, Starflight said. Oh, that's all? Tsunami said. Her voice lanced with sarcasm. Oh, that doesn't sound at all useful. Certainly not worth mentioning. Hey, if I had my scrolls with me, I have all the information we could possibly want, Starflight pointed out. Wait, that can't be right, Clay said. Kestrel burned me plenty of times in combat training. But you have no scars, Tsunami said. She tried to set you on fire way more than the rest of us, and you always healed in like a day. It still hurt though, Clay said. You remembered that really clearly. The mud, Starfleet jumped in. Dragons draw strength from their natural habitats. Seems they're the most powerful in the ocean. I bet you had to encounter mud before your full immunity from fire could develop. He paused, thinking, and his expression turned hopeful. Maybe my powers will be activated by moonlight or something. If that's true, the towns of Peace were especially stupid to keep you underground, Tsunami said. We've been laying on those columns at night for the last couple days, Clay said. Do you feel any different? Starflight glanced at the stars glowing outside the window. No, he admitted after a moment. But maybe I just don't know what it's supposed to feel like. But maybe I just don't know what it's supposed to feel. They sat for a moment quietly. Do you really think Pearl betrayed us? Clay asked. She definitely did, Tsunami answered. She doesn't want to lose you. Oh, Clay said. That's so sad. I guess she doesn't have any other friends. Clay, Tsunami said, expert. Don't feel sorry for her. She just betrayed us. And by the way, she clearly likes you more than a friend. Clay blinked in surprise and she nudged his wings with hers. Hey, I get it, you're lovable or whatever. But you can't forgive her for this. She'll only get more possessive if she thinks she can get away with it. You should just stay away from her, Starfleet agreed, shaking his head. She can't be trusted. I guess she's not going to rescue Sunny either, he said sadly. No, Tsunami agreed. We'll have to do that ourselves tomorrow. Starfleet, they all looked out at the guards stationed in the tunnel. Even if Clay moved the fire rocks, the three of them were no match for that fierce, bad-tempered warrior dragons. They were all trapped for the rest of the night. Alright, last page until we move on to the next chapter. Let's see how much the next chapter has. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. Alright. We'll figure out something, Tsunami said. Clay was exhausted. He hadn't slept much, and then only badly since his fight with F. George. He curled up on the floor, and the other two flopped over him. The way they all used to sleep in a pile of dragnuts. Before Kestrel insisted on the sleeping caves and rocky ledges for beds. The warmth and the other two was just what they needed. Despite his fears about the morning, his guilt over trusting Peril, and his sadness at her betrayal. He was asleep within moments, and he didn't have a single nightmare. Alright, we're gonna start chapter 25. The roaring of dragons woke them up the next morning. The three dragons barely had time to scramble to their feet before guards began pouring into the cave. The black rocks had burned down to embers with the scavenging soldiers swept into the pool easily with their tails. Several of them grabbed Tsunami and pushed her toward the arena. The rest herded Clay and Starflight up to the tunnel. Wait, Clay cried. Where is she going? We can't go. Why can't we go with her? Listen to him. Oh, please, hurry up and kill me, mocked one of the Skyrim guards. Don't worry, it'll be your turn soon enough, said another, and they all cackled unpleasantly. Clay and Starflight were shoved up a flight of long, wide black stairs and emerged, blinking into bright sunlight. They were standing on the Queen's balcony overlooking the arena. Queen Scarlet was already there, lounging on her throne. She smirked at him. I thought you'd appreciate the best view in the house. Alright, it's gonna be the last page. For this, she nodded at the arena where Tsunami was snapping and clawing at the guards around her. Fat chains were wound around their necks, and Clay and Starflight were bolted to rings on the balcony floor. Burns stood next to Scarlet, ignoring the throne provided for her. She glowered at all the dragons equally. Clay got the feeling she preferred actual fighting over watching other dragons fight. He jerked back against his chain as Gory was rolled forward into the sunlight. She was still lying in relaxed loops around the tree, with waves of emerald green and peacock blue drifting through her scales. Her eyes were closed, but as she rolled past, Clay was sure they opened a tiny bit, just enough to see her friend's chain nearby. At least he hoped that's what he saw. Burns' black eyes were fixed on Gloria's weapon. Oh, that's my new toy, Queen Scarlet said airily. Pretty, isn't she? I bet I'm the only queen with my very own rainwing. Waste of food, Burn muttered, but her expression was envious. She doesn't eat much, Scarlet said. She's more like an exotic plant than a dragon. Water, lots of sunshine, a little fruit, and a monkey here or there. Worth it until I get bored of her anyway. Said Bird. The streets were filled with hundreds of dragons, all the dragons in the Skyrim King. It seemed to Clay they roared and stamped their feet, demanding bloodly entertainment. Okay, we're gonna stop there. Peace, Johnny out! When the war has lasted 20 years, the dragon will come. When the land is soaked in blood and tears, the dragon will come. Find the seeming egg of deepest blue. Wings of night shall come to you. The largest egg of mountain high will give to you. The wings of sky for wings of earth to strew. The mud for an egg, the color of dragon blood. And the one from the ride, sanding egg awaits unseen. Of three queens who blister and blaze and burn. Two shall die and one shall learn. If she bows to a fate that is stronger and higher, she'll have the power wings of fire. 5 eggs to hatch on brightest night, 5 dragons born to end the fight. Darkness will rise to bring the light. The dragonets are coming.